Hey guys, welcome back to the farm. Oh, it's been so long since we've actually been back here. So long since we've actually been back to the farm to work on it. And that's because I've been on vacation. So a big apology there. Been a long time away. But the great thing about being on holiday is it gives you all kinds of ideas. While I was away, I was just thinking of all the things I want to do when I get back. I mean, for one, our cow in a jar is not quite cutting it. We don't get enough milk out there. It takes too long to respawn. So we want to get a milk factory up and a milk bottling plant using the bottler machine from Immersive Engineering. That sounds pretty cool. Also, if I check my my clipboard, I've got limes and walnuts. We're trying to get chimichangas so that we can get chili wowas up and running. That's a pretty cool thing, top of my list. But obviously the thing that was holding us back with the walnuts and the lime is the fact that they're trees. All the other ingredients, the lettuce, tomato, spice leaf, all that jazz is crops. And we've managed to tie that up quite nicely. However, I'm not satisfied with the kind of storage we have for these items. So what we're also going to be doing is upgrading our storage to drawers. And we're going to jump in game now and I'll show you what I mean. Right, okay, so I've got the clipboard. Chili peppers, beans, and I've ticked off lime and walnut. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe I can untick those. There we go. Walnut and lime is not done. So we can get on with that. So what I've got is I've already made a couple of drawers here. They're pretty easy to make if you take a look here. The recipe is just 2 chests and loads of wooden planks. Now, you can have one basic drawer and that'll give you 32 stacks inside that drawer. You can have these drawers and there's all kinds of materials you can make them out of. Every single wood in the game, I think, pretty much has a version. But basically, if you add these to a chest, you can upgrade it to X times the base value. So let's say we've got a chest with 32 stacks in there, and we put a diamond upgrade in, we can have 7 times 32 stacks in there. That's a lot of stuff. But with the basic drawers here, you can have 16 per drawer. You get 2 drawers per drawer. I'll put that down and I'll show you what I mean, show you what it looks like. So we put this down here, and look, you see you've got 2 drawers, and if you put stuff in here, like we'll put a drawer in there and a clipboard, and there you go, you can separate it by 2, and there's a nice graphic on the front that shows you exactly what's inside it. And that's what I really wanted. There's been mods before where you have like barrels that show you what's on the front, and that's what I'm going for. I want that kind of aesthetic. So let's go downstairs and make a whole bunch of storage drawers for our barn. Oh, it feels good to be back on the farm, actually. Man, I've got so many projects I've got plans to do. I want to get so many more crops. That's something we're going to have to do in the future. I also want to get the trees. The trees we're going to cover this episode. But before we knock onto that, we're definitely going to hit up these storage upgrades. Check the storage upgrades in the middle. It should be gold either side. And then I think it sticks on top on the bottom. Yeah, there we go. Increases storage to 5 times base value. So that'll be 5 times 8. So each one of these will store 40 stacks of stuff, which is quite a lot of stuff. All right, well, let's go plug these in. Now, we need a better way to get upstairs in the barn. At the moment, we have to go around here. And it's a bit of a weird way to get up there, but sure it works. If we just conveyor belt ourselves up. Oh, yeah. Riding in style. Autopilot. Oh, so these are all pretty full of stuff, and you can see the template drawer I've put down here just to test to see if it works. And guess what? It worked. So well, in fact, that we got 42 tomatoes out of that. Now, brace yourselves, guys, because there's going to be a lot of stuff on the floor in a second. Oh, no. Well, maybe there isn't going to be a lot of stuff on the floor because it looks like breaking the items like this means you don't get your stuff back. Fair enough. Now, if I'm correct, this should all go into all of these drawers, and this is, yeah, that's right. This is all of the stuff that we've got grown over there. So we've got 8 crops of fields, and we've got 8 drawers full of this stuff. That's the most important thing right now. So if you shift right click, stack limit 40. Wait, why has that gone up so much? Oh, wait, you can keep upgrading. Well, okay, let's put the last storage drawer down and upgrade that one just the once. But I didn't know you can make multiple upgrades for this. It's pretty good to know. I thought it was just a single upgrade. Right, well, that means we can have 8 new crops on the farm and get them all stored in here. So let's do it. Now, this is a pretty cool area. We've got an hydrator here. We've got the harvester, all that stuff. We're going to need industrial foregoing machines that work with the fruit trees and stuff. And they should do that. This area here was going to be the fertilizer zone. That's something we can do with the stuff later on. But before that, it's time to carve out some area for some trees. At the moment, there's a lot of trees here. We're going to keep the crops over that side, and we'll keep the trees up here. But we're going to have to dig out these trees to give us space for trees, if that makes sense. You gotta kill trees to make space for trees. Sure, that works. So I'm just going to zip through this, give it a bit of a cobblestone front and some stairways up, and I'll see you guys in a sec. Right, and so I just threw this together with the arrayed cobblestones. There's some spruce fence there, and some loamy dirt that I just dug up. And here are two reasonably sized areas for us to start putting down the trees we're going to need to get farming. Right, so now it's time to hit the Akashic Tome, get reading the books, because we need to work out what kind of machines are we going to want to start farming trees. The Akashic Tome should tell us. Industrial foregoing. Agriculture. And here we go, Plant Interactor. Right-click crops and fruits to harvest them and store them in its inventory or drop them in the ground if they can't be stored. It works with Pam's fruits and plants by default. This is the same tool we have as over here, actually. I do believe this is a Plant Interactor. Yeah! So we just need one of these and a bunch of the right trees. So it looks like it doesn't grow the trees any quicker, but what it does do is it harvests the trees once they grow the fruit. That means that growing fruit's going to take a lot longer than growing these crops. So I'm going to go back to base, empty my pack. I'm going to build the Plant Interactor. Also, I'll get some upgrades so they can reach further and pick the fruits that spawn higher in the trees, maybe? Let's have a look for these saplings. Aha, here we go. Lime saplings and walnut saplings. Perfect. I've got 3 of those bad boys. Now we're going to go downstairs to the workshop, get the wires and the machines we need, and I'll meet you guys over at the tree farm. So the way I want to do this is I want to have lines of trees. So if we have a line of walnut saplings along here, we'll put one, I think, here, maybe. And then if we have the same amount of spacing in between these, like 3 blocks, is that going to be enough? 1, 2, 3. I think that's a good distance to put apart these things. And put the walnut saplings there. There's 4 between these. Oh, that's worked. That's grown. And I do believe we can put one single plant interactor here. And that should have the range, because with a range add-on, this will go 6 by 6 either way. So this could even get another bank of trees, but that's definitely enough to get these 2. Actually, do you know what? I'm just going to enlarge in this area because I don't think we've got enough room to work with the Plant Interactor. Okay, so it's a slight change of plans. We made the area bigger, and we're only going to have 2 trees in a row. That's not that many trees. So we need to see if we can find a way to make trees grow quicker. If you guys know at home how to make trees grow quicker, pop a comment on Reddit or on this video, on the YouTube video, and I can put that into the farm. For the time being, I've set up a grid here, you can see, of grass blocks about 4 blocks apart. That seems to be enough. Now we'll have to use the first saplings we get. And now while we wait for these trees to grow, I'll hook all this up with power. We're going to need some lamp posts and some cables just to bring the power around. I think I might just get rid of these trees and bring the power this way. Perfecto. And now let's plug in the cables. Yes, it's got the range. And now a connector on top to get the power in here. Oh. Maybe not. Maybe it has to come from over here. That looks a bit ugly, but that's fine. Alright, they're getting power. It's all coming together. The walnuts are growing. The range add-ons are in place. Now let's hook them up to the conveyor belt system. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the conveyor all the way along here, and we're going to have the path bridge over the conveyor belt, so you walk over the conveyor belt, but the items still get taken where they're supposed to go. Or alternatively, I could just bring the conveyors to the right side instead and feed them up this way. Oh, actually, that's a much cooler idea. So what conveyor belts am I going to need? I've got verticals, excellent. I've got normal conveyors. Let's start with those. I think the rest of them are at the city. So here we go, the verts. And they come up here. They'll go this way. And they'll combine with this conveyor belt and just mix and mash and mesh and go into the right storage drawers. Excellent. Right, and we'll drag... Oh, this is cool. So what I've done is I've raised up this pathway with these arrayed cobblestones, because having a conveyor belt on the floor looks terrible. When you raise it up a little bit, it gets that whole kind of factory vibe, that factory feel, which is definitely what we're going for. Even though it's a farm, it's an industrial farm, because we've got to feed a whole city, not just a farmhouse. Okay, so we need a way to test these machines. The plant interactor should do the job. Should do, fingers crossed. Oh, there we go, and that's the second tree up and running. But the question is, will it? We need to grow these fruits much quicker than they're growing already to find out. So let's go see if bone meal works. I'll go and grab some from the house. Oh, in fact, there is some raw bone meal. Perfect. Now, I'm not sure if this works. It does! Okay, so we have a full walnut there. Let's try some full limes as well. And yes, it works! Check this out. So the fruit gets automatically plucked by the plant interactor that scoops them up. Walnuts. Sweet. Excellent. So we need an item stack transfer add-on, push down. And this will automatically transfer something downwards. So I'll head back to base, make a couple of those. But that will transfer it downwards, which means I do believe it doesn't just drop them, it pushes them down. So if there's nothing downwards, it might not push them out. Wait, what's... Oh no, there's a cow. There's a cow on the conveyor belt. Abort, abort. Here they come. We'll throw down these walnuts as well, just to pretend that they work. The cow is a little bit stuck, isn't he? Oh, now I'm stuck. Okay, so the cow wants to go into a chest. Is the cow going to fit into a drawer? No, I don't think so. I don't think so, pal. But there go the walnuts. There go the limes. Nice, sweet, it works. Hot diggity damn. All I need to do now is just wait for this to get me loads and loads more fruit. We're still a ways off being able to... Let's check the levels actually on some of this stuff. So we now have 220 tomatoes, 200 spice leaf, 260 onions, 5 walnuts and 5 limes. But you only need 3 walnuts to make another sapling, and 3 limes to make another lime sapling. So that's pretty open and shut. We can definitely get a few more trees down and work on our next meal perhaps. But I'm going to tighten up this system and put down some more saplings. I will see you guys next time when I think we're going to be doing another building project. I want to build a train station. We're making food now. We haven't got a way to make food en masse. We still got the custom kitchen. But what I want to do is eventually I want to send food over to the city via train. And I want to send it over to the city before I record there next time. So next episode, we're going to be building a train station and a big tunnel that's going to connect us to the city. Not the one that's in the mine underneath, a proper one with pavements that look like roads and railway tracks. And we're also going to use Steve's carts and set up a system where we can have a drop off here. We can put items in a chest, boom. A train automatically comes around the corner, scoops up all the food, and then drags it back to the city and automatically drops it off in a chest over there. But it's getting late outside, looks like it's nighttime. I'm gonna sleep. Until next time, guys, take care.